If you just joined us, welcome. It's Pirate Radio. It's Monday afternoon, Monday evening. I extend your weekend just that little bit longer because I'm nice like that. It's me, Jay Fresh, live in the place. As always, we play the full spectrum of hip-hop and grime, brand new music, brand new artists, people doing the most. It's not just a London thing. It is across the whole of the UK and beyond. Now, our first guest was Tommy Turner, live in the place, an artist I linked with when he was at Bournemouth Uni. And now we're going a little bit further afield. We've got Bristol in the place right now. It's a madness out here. We got Bailey's Brown, DABBLA and DATKID in the place. Welcome, gentlemen. It's good to have you here.
Big up. Bristol definitely in the house.
Do you know what? And this is people can't see in the studio right now. How can I describe this? I mean, this is obviously it's glorious, it's extravagant, cozy. There we go, with limited air conditioning.
4 a.m. in the kitchen, at the house party kind of vibe.
So we got exactly got a lot of vibes in the place right now. But welcome, guys. The Bristol scene is doing the most right now. We've had a lot of Bristol artists on the show recently.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot for a while, bro.
Don't forget the mic.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot for a while, bro. It's just people are starting to get to know now, I guess.
Kicking on, basically.
Exactly. And there's a very good guy, a very headsy guy, Nick Blatantly Blunt, who's doing a lot of work for the label at the moment.
Yeah, he's the GOD of this thing right now. Big up, Nick. We saying nice one.
He hasn't put any invoices in yet or taken salary requests or anything like this. No,
he knows.
It's coming. He's like, Fresh, these are my guys, but let's talk percentages. You know what I mean? So it's all good. So we played a record just a moment ago, So Grand.
50 grand.
50
Probably
grand.
a typo in the editorial.
Well, that's why Nick doesn't get paid. You see what I mean?
Yeah. 50 grand. It's obviously it's my beat and whatnot. Bailey's Brown, but it's an artist named LY, who's from Sheffield. Used to be part of Scum Gang, if you remember.
Yeah.
He's one of them boys. So yeah, he's a friend of ours as well. He works with my friend here. I got another guy from Bristol with me, a guy called WISHMASTer.
Yes.
In the place. Looking summer ready, I must say.
Yeah, man.
Putting me to shame. I'm like hitting the black t-shirt.
We're all in black.
No, you got wow.
Someone's got a light.
Wish coming like he's dressed straight from Glasgow.
Fresh out of the pool.
Someone's got a light.
All in the flavors.
Gonna say normally when DJs and whatever in radio it's like black t-shirt gang, but there's just a summertime drip going over there.
Right. Against the grain.
I love it, man. Now listen, whenever I speak to artists from around the country, more and more so now, there's a real family feel about what people are doing together. People are networking, not only just making records, but like coming radio, supporting, doing shows, a lot of online support as well. How important is that?
Very important, man.
Don't forget the mic.
It is mad important, yeah.
Massively.
Because I mean, look, in Bristol as well, yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of
Bristol
everyone kind of sticks together.
As an outsider, there looks like there's a lot of unity there.
There is.
A lot. Like the maddest thing is, like even with you was playing Jay, and we recognise
the Lords of the Mics record.
Yeah. He's on the album. Do you know what I mean? And that's just something that came about because we know the same people, actually know the same people, friendship groups and rare tear. So yeah, man, it's dope. But even just in general, anyway, I think beyond collaborating, but building relationships and a collective, is very important because I can't remember who coined the original phrase, but I got a bar, that goes, a king can only be as strong as the kingdoms he's aligned with. Yeah, that's
wise words.
Yeah, and that's what it is. Everyone that's here with me is a king in their own right. Come together, it's United Nations, G.
Multiply that energy.
That was crazy.
It's that simple.
No, you're right, man. Because I saw on someone's Instagram about I'm going to put a question out to you guys. What are the biggest mistakes that artists or producers or people new to the game, what are the mistakes they make?
They collaborate.
They don't network enough. No?
Collaborating, maybe not supporting each other enough.
And what do you mean by support?
Well,
sharing each other's music.
Yeah, and even just
listening.
Even just listening and acknowledging other stuff maybe sometimes.
But I'd say for most new artists, the biggest mistakes they do is probably put out music that isn't ready to be put out. It's even not mixed.
Take your time with your craft.
Do you know what I'd say as well? Too many artists, they undervalue themselves. They don't appreciate how much they're really worth, innit? How much their time and their work is worth.
And where does that come from? Does that come from there's no guidance or influence or elders?
I think the industry it's kind of disposable at the moment. Everything's quite quick as a quick turnover.
And especially as like, you know, like within friendship groups, maybe there won't be like everyone in your friendship groups makes music.
Yeah.
So like even the mentality that your friendship group has towards your music, it may be dope, but because you're their friend that they grew up with and beat on FIFA 9-0 like you're a chief, it doesn't matter that you're making them bangers.
It's
they
almost
don't
like
see any value in it, and then you don't, innit?
you're too close almost.
Yeah.
'Cause- and I think you find that as well as producers and artists as well, as people have known you the longest sometimes perhaps struggle
They're the hardest
with
to-
seeing like the goals and the movements you're making, because they're like, but you're my guy from around the way.
Yeah,
we went to school
yeah,
together,
yeah,
I remember the first tune you spat on was rubbish or whatever. So
I remember. Trust me.
Yeah, it's that pace as well. Like you got to keep up with the BPM of the whole game. Like especially in London, if you don't keep up, you fall through the cracks real quick. You got to constantly have content. You got to be churning it out.
And how difficult is that to stay on top of?
It's not easy, but nothing good is ever easy, innit?
That's right.
So it's like that. He said, man, you've got, you can't rush it though. You've got to take your time with it. Otherwise, it shows.
Can't rush greatness, innit?
And you cheapen the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
No, you're right, man. And you guys are certainly not guilty of cheapening any product, because the latest track, Gimme, is a vibe. How did that record come around? Who was instrumental in putting that together?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I need to hear it from you.
That was me. I mean, basically, we were sort of coming towards wrapping the album, and we felt we needed a couple more tracks, and it was mad because obviously DABBLA is the label boss putting the album out, and he's a rapper and I'm a producer, and at that point we hadn't had him on the album.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
We were almost like fighting against that because it seemed so obvious.
weird.
No, you can't. That's just bait, man. This is too. You just said it's too close.
Yeah. So no, like once we kind of got to where we needed to be, basically the beat is also a collaboration slightly as well. The second half, there's got a switch in it in the verse where Dabs comes in, but basically I'm part of a production duo as well called Deadweight, and my partner Bubonic, he's also an ex-member of Split Profits, still is a member of Split Profits, but he did some shit on that as well. So I got to mention my guy, innit?
Of course, that's what we're here for.
But DEDW8, that's Deadweight, pure fire. You'll like it if you're on grime.
Shout out Bubonic,
releases on Deep
my
Medi,
guy.
all the rest of it. But yeah, boom.
Well, do you know what? I think. Sorry to cut in. Carry on.
No, that's it.
I'm going to say, I think it's about time after that you give it a big introduction. We play the record right here, right now on Pyro.
Yeah. Which record is this one?
Give me that.
Yes,
Gimme. Right, yeah. This is Baileys Brown, Gimme, featuring DABBLA and DATKID, coming out on Potent Funk for the album Still Fresh. I'm Baileys Brown, and this is ill, innit?
Give me that.
Brand new music for you right here on Pyro Radio. We've got some of Bristol's finest in the place joining me. Let me turn their microphones on so we can hear exactly who is in the place. You know what? I think it's time you guys introduce yourselves as well. There's so many people in the building, it's a madness.
Okay, myself, Wishmaster in the building.
Yeah.
DATKID, the Quad Lord, Teeth Ledger, Jug C. Malone, you know who I am.
Baileys Brown. That's it, innit?
DABBLA, Poem Funk Records.
Exactly.
Bristol's finest.
Oh, sorry, I talked over you right there. But we played the latest collaborative joint, Gimme, right there. The video of which is out right now as well.
Oh yeah, this and that media.
And I want to
Hold
talk.
tight, Dom.
Absolutely killed it.
And who came up with when it's a collaborative effort, I'm always really interested because when it's records that I make with artists, I completely take control. No. It's always a team effort. So I always like to know how the energy is in terms of the visual, because someone might make the record and go, oh yeah, well it's kind of a record, but I can't really.
That's
That's kind of where we were at the end of it, like, and we just kind of we left it to Dom, really, because he came with a really this is the biggest joke about it. Like, I didn't know what he was gonna do. Then he hit the group chat with like a PDF fucking breakdown. Am I allowed to swear? Yeah,
It's a little bit late for that, boys. No, you're good.
PDF breakdown of like all the stages and all this magic, and I was like, yeah, he's the guy to do it, isn't he? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
correct, man.
I've never had a
really?
video maker send me that, and I know some dope ones. They'll just be like, I'm doing what I'm doing.
But they're never giving that treatment of the deck and gone
No,
through
none of that.
Right.
None of that. You see, this is what it is in Bristol. We know all the video makers. They're all our friends. So like, if we're doing it, shut the fuck up and just take it for free, all right? You ain't get no shot list.
But the video is dope, and well, I'll let you guys explain the kind of the concept behind it, because visually it's quite striking. And as you mentioned earlier, in a world where not only is music so quick, visuals, we are in a visual world now, as we all know. It is so quick. It's cool. Oh, there's another tune. Oh, there's another thing. Oh, there's a guy doing a performance video. Dope. But what's extra? What's next? How does it stand out?
He came with a sauce, man. It's like, I don't think anyone's ever done a video like that before. Dom, you absolutely smashed
That
it.
frozen cash kind of
And we were like,
cash
And
in
do
the
you know
air.
what? Shout out to everyone that come and got involved in the video as well, because we had some real team players, man.
It was really dope. Like, people that didn't really have to come through and do all of that.
No Names is in there.
Baxter, Lee,
V Scott,
Lee Scott's in there, some guys in there.
Yeah, man.
Literally everyone.
Got the cameraman in there. Outside confusion.
And we had to hold those frames for a while.
Yeah,
it wasn't easy, man. That was
we were
skills.
actually stood still like that. Like, it wasn't. That's not the effects. The money's just the effect.
Yeah. All right. So to anyone who's locked into Pyro Radio right now, the video, if we can try and describe it, is effectively the artist in slow motion or kind of holding a pose, kind of mid-air.
Like Matrix.
Yeah, Matrix. There we go. And like, there's money kind of. You're pushing it away or grabbing it, you don't know. So, I mean, I was excited saying, how did you get the money to do that? You tell me it's all After Effects.
Yeah, that's when he hit the group text with the one PDF and the one shot, like the one test shot. And woo, yeah, come on then, let's do it. That's money.
So not only has that dope record got a dope video, but I read that there was kind of freestyle challenges are pretty kind of commonplace now, especially on Insta.
Yeah, it's running a competition, that's right.
But it's a little bit different, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, giving well, the winner gets to feature as the third verse on the remix, the official remix. Not really going to divulge who's doing the remix yet, because it's a secret.
Well, it's top tier, isn't it?
Of course, it's top shelf,
fully
higher echelon. but yeah. So and that's all being hosted through Brap TV and Potent Funk right now. So. Yeah, get involved.
How can people get involved
So
in it?
you don't really need Brap TV. A lot of people are like, I haven't got iPhone, I haven't got Brap. So just record it in the background and just upload it to Instagram, Twitter. Make sure you hashtag Still Fresh, Brap TV and Potent Funk. And yeah, it's just come with your best bars, innit? Don't freestyle. Come with your best bars.
Like, written, innit?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
If you write something to it and it
stuff,
actually drops dope, that's what the ones that we're picking, innit? Just so you know. So even if you're spraying your greatest 16 ever, if it don't mean anything to do with money, it's not gonna win. All right.
You heard it.
Hurry up before I do. Listen, you lot better hurry up and get that verse in, man. Trust me.
Come with your finest.
And it's not even a hard subject, is it? Money. Come on, fam.
So who has the final kind of decision on who the winner is? Or is it a group thing?
Because they both got to be on the track with them, and these are top tier man, innit? So this one's some pony.
Can't be any.
You know what I mean? And it's a fire beat, so you know what I mean? You got to keep a certain level of.
And when's the cut-off for it? Because there's going to be a cut-off point, surely. People need to get their entries in early.
14th of July, I believe. And
in fairness, we had a good response, innit?
And I'm doing mine this weekend.
It's getting better and better.
So everyone else just don't even bother after this weekend.
Just so you know, like.
I know a few people that are waiting to the very last 11th hour. Yeah, so this is going to be mad.
So what happens if you're judging it and you've got your bars or you've done the original and someone comes through who's really, really cold and you're like, you know what? That 16's better than mine. Then they go first. Just be like, nah, didn't get your entry, bro.
Was that?
Nah, man, we ain't. There's no haters over here. We're real with it.
Levels, like
we want people to shit on us. That's the idea. I want you to shit on us.
If you could,
musically,
we want to find some new sick people as well, innit?
Yeah, this is it.
We want to find some new sick people. Who's the next Stormzy?
There's nothing worse than being fearful of someone who's dope. Like, this is the whole point we're making about the collaboration and linking with other kingdoms and all the rest of it. If he's dope, then come on through. Like,
and if you're the best at what you do, it shouldn't matter what anyone else does, because they'll be the best at what they do, innit? So we could be the best together, innit, and do our thing.
And that's exactly why I ask questions like that. I know I'm joking, but at the same time, people need to hear that.
Yeah. It's
So
real,
go and do your thing. Do your thing to the best of your ability.
Listen, if I'm standing next to you and you're shining, and everyone's looking at the person who's shining, and I'm stood next to you. Who's everyone looking at? Everyone's looking at all of
Like
us.
your light's hitting me as well, isn't it? That's what it is, isn't it?
my
You're shining, your
opportunity.
light's hitting me too.
And at the
so
same time, I
nothing wrong
still,
with that.
when that stuff happens, like with his artists, producers, DJs, whatever, I take it back and go, cool. Well, like, if a DJ just come on and he's just like shelling it, I'm like, cool. I've got to step up.
Yeah,
raise the
man.
bar now, innit?
That pushes me forward.
Yeah.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
This is what I'm claiming is a sport, innit? You got to train to stay fit, to maintain and own the court. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
What it is.
People get lazy otherwise. There's an album on the way. It's on pre-order.
Yeah.
And it is an album. It's not an EP. It's an LP. I get
LP.
press releases that say one thing, then it say another.
It's an LP. It's
an LP.
Yeah.
Long play,
Release on vinyl and tape, cassette, and digital. All DSPs
CD.
when it's ready.
26th
to drop.
26th of July.
July.
A whole load of features as well.
Yeah.
Mad
crazy-
amounts of features.
Crazy. This is what happens when you're a producer that makes an album. It's all dope to make the album with all these people, but it takes ages because you know you're hitting people up over the internet. I've got people from up north.
Repeat that.
Right, so it takes ages. Ages. Like there's people from up north from the album. There's people from the Midlands. There's people from London. There's people from Bristol. And obviously coordinating everyone sending their wabs in is one thing. Then I've got to finish the album. And then if we're doing a launch party, how are we gonna get everybody from the album in the same rooms? It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
Sauce.
But the features, there's lots of like top features on there. You know, the likes of head honcho over here, Mr. Dabbla, Lee Scott, Juggernaut from Nottingham, top rapper,
Black
really
Josh.
sick. Black Josh.
LY.
LY,
Jordan
Stinking
Nathaniel.
Slum Rock. It's crazy. And it's everything from, you know, traditional sort of like boom bappy rap, hip hop to grime to R&B.
Real
to-
flavour of what you are.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly that.
and again, I know that sounds really bait, but it's true to produce and put out records,
Yeah.
vocal records that are you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's that hybrid rap shit.
Nah,
All
it
in one
is.
record, man. It's everything. It's a walking amalgamation of all that good shit.
Yeah.
And you did mention, someone touched on there about the kind of album show, and there is one in August.
Yes.
From what I saw.
2nd of August, so a week after the drop, and that's at Old Blue Last. And the tickets go on sale today. So yeah, early bird,
be there.
£7.
Get that.
It's gonna be
London,
lit.
£7. Come on,
Come on, mate.
£7. That's like
It's gonna be lit.
half a pint of milk down the shop.
know what I
That's nothing.
Very limited. You coming, yeah, Jay? You coming?
No, I'm there. If I'm not doing a gig, I'm there supporting 100%, my guys. And
Boom.
just before we get into people's socials and how they can keep up to date with movements, I need to talk to you.
Yeah.
I am someone who struggles with sleep.
Oh yeah.
I am
Makes you think I struggle with sleep.
I am a light sleeper. You're my arch nemesis right now.
I'm a heavy sleeper.
I am a light sleeper. So never have I considered wearing an eye mask or eye patch to sleep
Oh,
in.
go on then. Yeah. Well, that's the pineal activation kit right there, man.
And how long have you been...
Fucking hell, Dabs.
Come on, fam. Your shit ain't gonna turn on unless it's. Mate, do you know what? I want blackout eyelids. I'm gonna tattoo my eyelids when I get to like 40. If this sun keeps fucking me up in the morning, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna tattoo like blackout curtains on my eyelids.
Because when exactly did you start using... Is it an eye mask or an eye patch?
It's a mask.
It's a mask. And when did you start using that? Was it someone recommending to your girl, or you just picked up, you were travelling,
No, man,
or what?
just lay it. Just two crossed over like that.
That's flexing.
Yeah, well, you know, you're getting free on the aeroplane, then I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna take this home and then go into it, and I get woken up by the sun, so you know, problem solved.
Exactly. So, well, thank you for being so considerate of
you
my
can have
sleep
that
problems
one.
by mocking me. But I don't have any problems, Fresh. It's down to you, bro. No, it's all good. But I will take that on board, and I will go and buy an eye mask / multiple eye patches,
Yeah, man.
and get myself sorted. Listen,
involved.
thank you so much for joining us.
Just take sleeping tablets, bro.
As well. Is that what yours? Is that your thing?
As well, nah, I'm cool with sleep.
Yeah.
It's a biohack.
Have you
innit?
tried
I just knocked
CBD?
out.
Have you tried
just knocked
CBD?
out.
I literally tried nothing.
Try CBD, man. So it's not like it's a my problem. Yo, I've been searching for the answers for like 6 years.
Just hope
Dabbla
never
finally
just
came in the office.
Yeah, you can open that in your
I've
eyes.
been waiting for you. I didn't want to inbox.
Try closing your eyes.
Close your eyes, yeah. Lay
Close your
down.
eyes, count sheep.
Lay down.
Yeah. CBD's the one though. Like,
I'm learning so much from you guys.
Nah, it's not CBD, man.
But listen, thank you so much for joining me. I know that you guys have got a bounce, and obviously the studio's getting very, very hot. But thank you for joining me. We'll be supporting the album, LP, everything around that. Before you guys bounce, social media or how people can connect with you, reintroduce yourself and how people can connect with you so people are real clear.
Yo, I'll be real quick. My name's Dabbla. You can find me as Big Dabbla on all the socials, and you can find me on Potent Funk as Potent Funk on all the socials. Still Fresh drops 26th of July. The launch party is at the 2nd of August. Hopefully, last see you there.
Yeah, go by the name of Wishmaster. You can find me on the socials, Wishmaster_OR. Yeah.
Yeah, I go by the name of DATKID. You can find me on the socials as the Crud Lord or DATKID. Whatever you want, I'll be there.
I'm Baileys Brown. Look for me on Instagram at pre-Kardashian Kanye. Flames.
It's done. It's over.
That's it.
Absolutely wicked. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much, like I said, for jumping on the M4 and for blessing us with some Bristol flavour on this sweltering hot Monday afternoon. Right,
It's been a pleasure, man. Thank you for having us.
You're welcome, man. And keep me updated with all your individual projects and collective projects
100%.
and everything and all that stuff. We'll keep it moving right here at Pyro. More new music on the way.